Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ah, welcome. So I gotta tell you, I'm in such a good mood today. I'm a little dizzy, right? Like my head hurts, which is funny because my head is like killing me, but I'm in such a good mood. And maybe it's like the first day of spring. I don't know. The weather's really nice and it's light out, and I don't know. I have no complaints. Is the point. So some cool stuff is actually going on right now. Excuse me. So I believe we'll have the bot done by the end of this week. I'm hoping to have something to show you tomorrow, in which case I did a little preview of it Saturday. And what the bot actually does is it's able to identify anything you're saying to it and then give you a bullet like hey, Robert, it's able to acknowledge what you're saying and then offer a benefit of getting involved with RHINOBUX and then closing you. So bullet benefit close. So, hey, I love the weather today. Hey, I love the weather too today. You know what would make the weather even better? RHINOBUX for this reason. Would you like it? Right? And upon you saying yes, the bot's actually able to do all the work and transact and facilitate a few, which is super cool. Now, obviously, the applications of that are endless, right? Like, so we're going to have it on all of our sites, right? Like, we'll put it on, well, oh my God, yeah. I was talking to Freedom. So on our sites, we'll have it obviously on Rhino Hub, we'll have it on RhinoBuX, we'll have it everywhere it needs to be. Whether we have it on Rhino Street or not, I don't know. Rhino Street is really something quite special to me where I want it to just be by itself. I don't want any kind of commerce. I don't want any type of office. I don't want anything near it at all. It is just straight search. And that's kind of like our gift to the world. Like, this is for a local community. This protects you, blah, blah, blah. So that's really, really cool. Um, I'm burying the lead on purpose. Like, there's something really cool I want to talk about. I'm just trying to get through the stuff. As you'll notice with the email yesterday and today, it no longer has the stats on it. And that's not by design. We wanted to write a really exciting email yesterday. And in writing an exciting email, sometimes you write someone an exciting email and then the first thing they see is the top. This is the amount of members, this is the amount of emails open. And those are really great for the individuals that are part of Rhino. But for the individuals that we're looking to persuade into Rhino, it's almost like showing a scoreboard to a person that you're trying to win. And it just seems a little weird, right? So we took it down. And I got to tell you, so this is not the lead, but it's close to the lead. That email yesterday was our most successful one, I think, since we started Rhino. So a little commentary on that. I don't like sending emails like I did yesterday and today. And I don't know why I don't like it, right? Like, I think I frown on it. I think I look at it and I'm like, oh, this email, if somebody sent me this email, I wouldn't believe it for a second, right? And maybe it's because I used to work with Rick, or, I just kind of got to see that side of the business where he or whomever would spend so much time writing this like type of email. And not that they, not that they didn't intend to fulfill what they shared, or not that they lied about anything, but there was a lot of embellishment. There was a lot of hyperbole, and there was a lot of things that these people weren't actually able to do. They just were kind of marketing to your least common denominator. Like, for the individual that's easily excited, hey Ian, that's who they were trying to win. And I've always just had an issue with that because I don't like any type of business model that looks to exploit a vulnerable population. And obviously, right, like that is Rhino. Like, we're trying to support that population. But with that being said, there is a difference between exploiting a population and speaking to a population the way they like to be spoken to. Like, there's a difference there, right? So just because I don't necessarily think that I would be attracted by the email we wrote yesterday and today does not mean that there's not a lot of people that would be attracted to it. And those people that are being attracted to it, well, they're commonly preyed upon by those that write emails like that. And the difference between being preyed upon and being spoken to is, what is your intentions of the email? Are you planning on actually fulfilling everything that you're sharing? And if the answer is yes, well, then you're simply speaking to someone like the way they like to be spoken to in an honest fashion. And if that's the case, well, that fast forwards or rewinds us, whatever, to yesterday's email and the way I wrote it that way. And when you go ahead and kind of get that out of the way, that mental gymnastics that I just shared with you, it then becomes fun, right? Like if I'm writing an email to you because I completely plan on fulfilling it and I'm trying to win as many people as possible and I'm speaking to them the way they like to be spoken to, well, then you checked all the boxes. Now you can actually have fun with the email, like, oh my God, and blah, 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 blah. And still in Rhino fashion, there's like far too much logic in the email, right? Like as you read it, you're like, all right, Ant, you probably spent 5 hours. Like this isn't just like a fireworks email. This is a lot of good information. So anyway, so to the point of the performance of the email yesterday, we had 6 new signups from that email on the same list we email every day. And to that, even further, 4 of them were dollar a weeks. One of them was 50 a week, and one of them was $100 a week. Signed up, boom, like that. And it got me thinking. I'm like, have I been purposely dulling things? And it's funny because when I was younger, my father was in sales, and that's how I got into sales. I would kind of follow his footsteps, and he was one of those rah rah people. Like he would rah rah everything, and his belief was as long as he got you in, he would figure it out later on. And to his discredit, he really wasn't that good of a person. Like he did not care much after the fact. Like he cared, but if it didn't work out, people were replaceable. And to me, that's never been the case. So I never really tried to do a rah rah type of thing because I just felt like, let me manage expectations. Like this is what it is. This is what we're doing. And it's not that we're getting away from that, but there is also a self-fulfilling prophecy of it all, right? Like economies and markets are based on confidence. You have to have confidence in the future to participate in the present. Therefore, if you go ahead and you want to have an exciting future, it stands fair to reason, you have to present an exciting present. Because if you can't present an exciting present, well, then the future may not be as exciting because the people don't feel that there's excitement in the future, therefore they don't participate today. And that's why Donald Trump was so good for the economy. Now we can make arguments, well, this happened afterwards, and again, that's all like butterfly effect arguments. Because you can't say, well, this happened after the fact because of this, 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 and this. Because the premise of what made him so good with the economy was that it breeded confidence. People felt, as long as that guy's there, I can do anything because I know that he's going to go to bat for me. Now, whether you want to argue that could only last so long and whatever, like that's totally up to you. But people felt very comfortable to invest because they felt like they had someone at their back, supporting them. And it goes, and how was he able to do that? He was very hyperbolic. He might have been the most hyperbolic person ever in the history of the world, right? Which was hyperbolic of me to say. This is going to be the best economy and blah, 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 blah. And people said, well, you know what? Like that guy's such a narcissist that for him to accomplish his goal of being the most well-liked president of all time, well, he kind of has to do that stuff because if I fail and everyone fails, well, then he by default fails because to be a good president, you have to have the success of the country. So you bring it back to Rhino, and when you see in the email that, making a strong prediction of $5 by June, well, to get to, so for instance, to get to $5, what does it take? Well, it takes a lot of people to be excited that you're going to get there. And if people believe you're going to get there, well, then they want to invest more alongside the belief that they could have that type of profit. Well, when they go ahead and exhibit that behavior, they're investing more, which goes ahead and fuels the buying behavior that actually then equals that $5. And a lot of what I'm saying is not, oh my God, well, Anthony found, the trick, right? Like everything that I'm sharing with you, you could go overboard and abuse, right? If you go ahead and say, oh, wow, duh, let me just tell everyone it's going to 100 and then everyone's going to buy it and it's going to go to 100. Well, guess what happens? Well, then you get to 100, everyone sells it, and everyone realizes it was a big joke, right? Like you tricked people. So there is a line. Like you have to be able to walk it. So I'm not sharing this to say, okay, guys, everyone, we're going to go a new path. We're just going to tell everyone everything they want to hear. No. But there has to be a certain level of like, you're the cheerleader, you're the champion. You are going to provide a certain level of confidence that is warranted, that is needed. So I think that's what the email did yesterday, and I don't know the stats of it today. We'll look later, but I suspect we'll probably add even more people. And when I was talking about burying the lead, the cool part about all of this is that it does offer a bit of a case study. It does offer a bit of templates. That's when we go ahead and approach our awareness campaign, like the influencer campaign, we could share those emails, say, hey, this email got this attention, blah, blah, blah. Now, as it pertains to that, which is actually like my number one job today, because I think we have like 450 influencers to email or whatever. I spent all weekend putting together emails. Now, obviously, the email yesterday took some time. Email today took some time. But I don't want to trick you to think that it takes too much time. It took a lot of time, but then once you did it, you could, with the help of AI, you could produce other emails in that style. Like rewrite this email in the style of blah, 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 and make sure that you add this, right? But the difficulty is producing the first one. Once you produce the first one, it's really easy from there. So Saturday, I decided that I was going to speak to our AI like a person. I'm going to spend all day talking to it because in talking to it, I'm teaching it what I want it to know. So I started talking about our mission in Rhino from day one. You know, this is my background. This is what brought us here. This is how we launched, blah, 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 blah. Because the point is, the AI, as long as you input it with everything, it then makes the decision what's important and what's not. So the goal is to just give it everything, like throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. So for 4 hours, I was having long conversations, and the AI allows me 8,000 words. I can't tell you how many times that it told me you hit the max, go back and delete something. Enough that I think I probably shared 26,000 words with the AI, which is really cool. And in doing so, I was sharing my ideas, like why we believe in Rhino Tree, why we made Rhino Hub. And the thing is, the AI doesn't blow smoke up your butt. It doesn't. It's effectively the smartest thing in the world, right? So it doesn't tell you, oh yeah, you thought this, great, good idea. It very clear, like when you write, what do you think? Tell me what you think. It tells you what it thinks. And to my surprise, well, not surprise, but to my pleasure, the AI was actually a bit like flabbergasted, right? It was like, that's a really great idea. This could solve this. This has the potential to do that, but you do need to address this, 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 and this. So in the AI saying that, I would then share, well, I did address that by doing this, 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 and this, because again, we've actually progressed this line. Like we've lived it. And the AI would say something to the effect of, wow, that's really impressive. You did go ahead and address those things. And then it's shared, well, with RHINOBUX, you can't, there's too many variables to know in any type of market to have the belief that it's going to go up forever. You have to be adaptive. And it started saying the word adaptive because it was running out of other things to say, because everything it said we had an answer to. Well, that's why we did the buy at market price. That's why it's weekly recurring. That's why it's subscription based. That's why it's low dollar amount, right? Like there's reasons why we did the things we did. And then it finally just said, well, listen, you got to be adaptive. Like you don't know the future. And I go, well, actually, to that point, I would like to share an example of how we were adaptive. And I shared that when we had it at 250 and brought it down to 2 to fortify the market and all the reasons that we shared with you. And the AI said, that's exactly the adaptiveness you would need for this to be successful. And I was like, oh my God, great. So the cool part about this is, and I'm not sharing a story of like, oh, Anthony's, getting patted on the back by his computer, which it kind of sounds like that, right? Awesome strategy. Love you, Deborah. The point was I was praying, or praying is a strong word. I was hoping that we would get to that point of agreement with the AI, because now as the AI understands everything that we're doing, understands the mission, and actually believes that we could accomplish it. Now I could go ahead and prompt it and say, well, give me an email that says this, give me 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 this, which was, I was able to produce so much stuff. So I said, well, the only thing that we're missing, and I was agreeing with the AI, was awareness, marketing. We need people to know what we're doing. And I shared the strategy that we want to go through the influencer route. And the AI is like, well, yeah, that's a great route, but you got to make sure that they stay authentic. People that do fitness and then all of a sudden start mentioning a crypto, people don't really believe that. And of course, I'm Or AI, maybe. Yeah. Um, and of course, I'm paraphrasing it because the AI doesn't talk that unintelligently. Like my head's killing me. That's why I'm talking so, piecemeal. But and I shared, well, I agree with you, and I said this live like last week. I would never tell an influencer like, hey, listen, you have an Instagram of like showing your fitness poses, right? Now go ahead and start mentioning this because it would really destroy who they are. But what I said was, all these people have points of contact. Like they have email lists, they have friends, they have avenues that they speak to people that are outside um, the front of the storefront of what they do. Um, and I said to the effect of, well, any one of these influencers could email their whole entire list, like, hey, I never would ever, I never mention anything like this, but this is something I truly believe in and I'm a participant in. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I really do think it's going to work. And I do think that I owe it to you to share. Um, because if it does, I'll really feel quite guilty that I didn't share with everyone that has supported me for so long. You can get in this if you want. You don't have to. I'm not saying another word about it, but I want to share with you. I'm in RHINOBUX, and I think it would be a good idea if you took a look at it, right? An email like that is really, really strong. Imagine if you got that from someone that you're following. Well, at the very least, you would take a look. You would look around. You might even just buy it just because, right? Um, but if it directed you to a page where you got to learn more, and hey, guess what? We have that bot, right? Like that's where that would live. Um, So the AI was like, whoa, that's like such a super duper duper whatever, right? So today, what I'm doing is reaching out. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach out all 450 that we have, or 423, whatever, but I want to. So what we were able to do was we had the AI, after all of this, create us that influencer email. And now in that email, what we're going to do is take the email, put it back in, and say, rewrite this, but personally to, exactly, Brooks, but personally to, Brooks Allison, who lives in Canada, who's a phenomenal stock trader, and and does what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of it. Appraiser, right? Like I know Brooks well. So list all the things about, has 70,000 followers here. Like list the things that you want to go ahead and personally identify. Because again, when you speak to someone, the power of the next topic that you're going to talk about, or at least if they even want to talk to you, is did you write some cookie cutter thing, or did you actually take the time to look into them? Which we've shared for the last 2 weeks. We've been taking the time to go and research each individual. So when we put it back in and say, rewrite this personally to bop, 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 and list the attributes or the awards or the things that this person's really good at. Well, now we're going to have a fantastic email that's like, hey, we're reaching out to you because of this, this, this. This is what we're doing. We'd like to hear from you. And the call to action in this email is that I want them to book a call personally with me. I'm going to give them some template stuff, some kind of like turnkey operation, like this is what things will look like, this is the next steps, this is what we're going to be able to do. Very, very simple. Because again, influencers are different. Many of them do different things. I don't think the majority of them are influencers because, it's something that was God given. Maybe they have big muscles, maybe they have a pretty face. And then there's the others that do cool stuff, but you do want to keep this as simple as possible. So let me see if I could find the email because I was really impressed by it. And it's funny because I spent hours and hours and hours to produce one email. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I sent it to my wife. I was like, my day is done. I got exactly what I wanted. But I'm just looking for it right now. And then I'll share screen. Okay, so here we go. Let me share screen. I hope you're as excited as I am because it would really stink if you read this email and you're like, Anthony, that's terrible. Okay, here we go. Now, of course, we're going to edit it. We're going to personalize it. But as a general blah, 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 hey, influencer's name. We at Rhino have been following your work and we're truly impressed by the impact you've made in the lives of your followers. We believe you're the perfect fit for an incredible collaboration that not only has the potential to bring you significant financial rewards, but also allows you to be known for supporting local communities in need. Rhino has developed a groundbreaking ecosystem that empowers local businesses, provides educational opportunities, and forces financial growth for everyone involved. The cornerstone of our project is RhinoBucks, a revolutionary subscription-based cryptocurrency designed to promote wealth redistribution and price stability. Redistribution, I want to get rid of that word. It's an ugly word. Here's what makes Rhino a perfect collaboration opportunity for you. Financial rewards. With RhinoBucks currently at 206 and a potential to increase to 5 by June, you have the opportunity to be part of an exceptional financial venture. Support local communities. Our interconnected platforms, Rhino Street and Rhino Hub, are designed to uplift local business and provide job opportunities, allowing you to make a real difference in people's lives. Turnkey operation. Everything is built and ready to go. All we need is your exceptional influence to create awareness and push the snowball down the hill, setting off a chain reaction of positive change. We understand your time is valuable, and that's why we've made it easy for you to explore this collaboration further. Simply click on this link, schedule link, to book a call with our team, and we'll take it from there. It's going to say book it with me directly. Remember, you have the power to create a lasting impact, to be known for something truly extraordinary. Join us at Rhino in this unique opportunity to empower local communities and unlock financial rewards that can change lives. We're excited to embark on this journey with you. Best regards, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know how excited people get over emails, but that email is great. Great, great, great. And the reason it's great is because we still have stuff to do to it, right? We need to personalize it. We're going to sub some words out. We're going to include a package that shows how easy it is. We're going to add a little bit of, this is your step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what you can accomplish, and some type of timeline. And that we're sending this email to 400 others that we're equally as impressed with. And if this person would like to be a part of something that's bigger than anyone has ever seen, because if all of these people participate at the same time, this is that opportunity. Well, essentially, yeah, thank you, Renee. Right, yeah, that was really great. Essentially, you could kind of be the Pied Piper of people that, again, when it comes to influencer, when it comes to any of that stuff, sure, you want to be known for having big muscles, or you're the best cook, or you're the funniest person, or you're this, you're this, you're this. But at the end of the day, those are all diminishing assets. Those half-lives are quite short. And there's nothing worse than having the opportunity to change the world, but never actually being able to do it because you did not do anything with the time and the gift that God gave you while you had it. I think we solved that. So that's kind of where we're at. So I just want to share all that with you. Also, I think I want to start sending daily emails to the holders of RhinoBucks, because I do also understand that there are a lot of us that are like, hey, Ant, those numbers are kind of important. I get what you're doing, but you can't just get rid of them, which I agree with. I want everyone to have the numbers on a daily basis. So we do have Excel sheets that we share. And if you don't have the link, I'm going to put it in today's email so that you have it. But I do think maybe once a week or something like that, I will have an automated email that goes to all of the holders of RhinoBucks. Hey guys, this is today's blah, 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 blah. These are the numbers. This is what's been the last week, whatever, just to keep everyone informed. Because also with everything that we're doing right now, the path of least resistance is higher. And I do think with properly educating every holder of Rhino, the exciting new path that we're on, well, not the new path, but the evolved path and where we're graduating to, would have an effect. If somebody was looking to sell, I think they would not sell. If somebody had a small position, I think they would look to increase their position. Because again, when you're able to show someone recognizable growth, that going forward, this is where we are, this is where we're going. And it's I want the coin at $5 by June. That's my goal. Whether I hit it or not is another story. But I'm telling you out loud, I want to push it to 5. So for those that believe me would say, well, I'm not going to sell here. I'll sell at 5 or I'll sell at 4. For those that don't believe me, will do whatever they do anyway. But for those that do believe me, that are like, hey, I'm at $1, I'm at $5, I'm at $10. If you're telling me you're going to push it to 5, you're clearly telling me right to my face that this is your goal. Well, then maybe I will bump it up. Why not? I'll participate in that. And it's that behavior that actually is part of the ingredients that does lead to that. And remember, it's a subscription-based cryptocurrency. So if you say, oh, well, what if it gets to 5 and everyone sells it there? Well, the next week, they're still buying it back. There's still a level of support. And plus, everything goes into it. Plus, by that point, we should have bigger stuff. My head is killing me. I'm dizzy. But anyway, let me go. I might actually eat my bagel a little early. I think I need to eat something. I've just been up since 4. So, love everyone. I hope today's live was a little exciting because I'm totally excited. And let's go change the world, right? So, love you. I'll see everyone tomorrow.